Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible, a Wood Elf production. And this week, Bob and his Boston cream donuts entices Mark, but Wade admits he thought that they were filled with sailors. Mark explains how containing the spirit of Penis Man would be hard to get a grip on, as he may have originated in Bandcamp. Wade waxes lyrical about his grandparents' house and playing human cannonball, armored only in a t-shirt. And Bob admits to being tossed off on a lake. Yes, it's time for the Atrocities of Summer. Now, sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Distractible. I will be your host, Bob, and I'm joined as always by Mark and Wade. And yes, we just started recording.
Yeah!
No warm-ups. No, unless you count all that other stuff we were doing before. No warm-ups. We're jumping right into this.
We've been talking for like an hour straight. What do you mean no warm-ups?
Warm-ups.
They'll never know. This was private.
Listen, we usually hit record on these and then do bullshit around and then Will has to cut a bunch of garbage out. Just good stuff. Only the best today.
Only the best.
This is like a whole basket of just Boston cream filled donuts.
Wow.
Those are the best kind, right?
I actually had a Boston cream for the first time. I thought that there's a different type of filled donut that's not jelly that I thought was Boston cream, and then I actually had a Boston cream donut and it was life-changing because I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's way better than cream filled.
Yeah, it's like a cream cheese frosting kind of filling or something like that.
Custardy kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing, yeah.
It was way...
I always thought Boston cream was like a euphemism for something else.
For what?
You know.
For what?
If you're in Boston, you know.
What? I'm not.
I'm sorry.
You guys know.
What are people in Boston doing to their donuts, Wade? Expound.
We're not doing it to the donut. The donut is part of the euphemism.
What does the donut have to do with it then?
They are the figurative donut.
Who?
So what are people in Boston filled with, Wade? Expound. Sorry, I like that word.
Well, they were filled with love and happiness, but no more.
Okay.
They were? What are they filled with now?
What are they filled with now? Yeah, wait, what's the cream?
I don't know. Whatever takes the place of it once it leaves you. Air?
What?
Just-
Regret?
What are you talking about?
Air and regret.
Expound!
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 I thought it was a sex thing.
That's what you said before! That's not expounding!
Penis in vagina.
What about it?
Cream is another euphemism for
You just said penis in vagina, and then you were uncomfortable saying that cream is a euphemism first. So, oh no, that is uncomfortable to say. You know what? You're right.
Say. Not so easy, is
I
it?
still don't know what it is, guys. I still don't know what we're talking about.
No one tell Mark. No one tell Mark.
Oh, just go to one of your favorite sites and search Boston cream. See if something else pops up.
Just Google Boston cream donut. It'll
All right.
definitely explain what Wade's talking about.
Boston cream donut. It's a donut. God, though, do you know what the most uncomfortable thing I ever saw on Twitter was?
The ship of Theseus?
I'm sorry. Did you just mispronounce a word that was said to you pronounced correctly previously?
Was it did I say Theseus?
Yeah, you said Theseus.
Oh, damn it.
The ship of Theseus?
Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus.
Wow. Have you ever heard of the Shapathasius? Son, listen.
No, but the most uncomfortable thing I've ever saw on Twitter was a tweet from Ethan Klein of H3H3. And I'm sorry for everyone that is reminded of this tweet, but it really existed, which was a GIF. And he said, every time Hila is ovulating, and it was a GIF of someone filling donuts. I think Boston cream donuts. And I'm just like, oh, why?
Ooh.
Why would you do this? Why? And I'm just like,
Ethan just wanted everyone to know he's hitting that.
and man, he has been muted ever since. Like, my God. Anyway, I just wanted to remind everyone else that I had to witness
I
that.
wonder how many donuts were bought on that day because of that post.
Probably not many. You know, I didn't look at that and was like, boy, howdy, I want a Boston cream donut right now.
Why? Donuts are part of a healthy breakfast, just like eggs.
It's part of a balanced breakfast, okay? Balanced on a tray, on your lap, in the bed you can't get out of because you only eat donuts for breakfast.
Yeah.
Got him.
God, how did this even get started?
I have no idea. Look, this is Distractible. I never even said that if you're new here, this is a show where I host, which means I judge, and the other two guys compete to win, and the winner is the judge/host next week. The points are literally made up, especially when I'm the host. Mark writes them down. Wade wrote them down like the last couple times, which was kind of new territory.
It also worked against him somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's like it's all made up. It's all for fun, and that's the whole premise. And also, I don't want donuts anymore, so you solved that problem for me.
I want more of them.
That's interesting, Wade.
That's a unique response.
What about it makes you want more? Is it the filling? Is it what is being inserted?
Expound.
Expound.
See, I don't even usually get donuts with filling. I get like the chocolate and strawberry with sprinkles on top because I'm 3.
The what?
The what?
Those are the ones they keep in there to fill up the shelves because they can't only have the good kinds of donuts.
What's wrong with chocolate and sprinkles?
Boo.
All right, well, I guess you could shit on my hopes and dreams. I
Fuck
guess
your
better than shit on my dreams
Fuck
and
your
nightmares.
nightmare.
That's fine.
Well, he said he got the ones
Fuck
that
your
are
donuts. Fuck your sprinkles. I'ma beat you.
chocolate and strawberry with sprinkles.
Well, separate. It's like you can get chocolate with sprinkles or strawberry with sprinkles.
Yeah, and then you get like the pink frosting.
Is it like the cake, like the plain donut with the chocolate?
Yes.
The cake ones are good. Yeah, I don't always go for cake ones.
It's just a donut. They put some icing on top and they put some sprinkles.
Okay, not boo as aggressively, I guess, but still.
Moderate boo. Yeah, no, I get it. It's just
You could have a bear claw. You could have a sour cream donut. You could have a Boston cream. You could have all those other ones, and you choose those ones, which are what you get when you look, and they're out of everything else.
You all know I'm a plain and simple man.
I hate to say it, but I'm on Wade's side here. I love a
No
basic
shot.
donut.
Thank you.
You know, just like
No
chocolate
shot.
frosting, even just glazed, sprinkles. It's like I'm pretty basic when it comes to that stuff.
I got nothing against those donuts, but that's literally, if I'm having donuts and that's the last thing in the box, it's like, oh, okay, sprinkles, donut, I guess. That's fine.
Actually, my favorite donut is a marble frosting, which like it sounds fancy, but it's just a chocolate frosted donut with a little like vanilla frosting, white frosting, whatever it is, drizzled on top.
That's stuff that Wade gets excited about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I get excited too.
I was talking.
Wait, I say we team up against this judge, quote unquote.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey,
Yeah, let's abstain from whoever wins. We win together, no matter what.
no skin off my
Well,
back.
we lose together. Make him do this again.
Nobody can win. What if I'm just the judge indefinitely and you're losers for the rest of your lives?
Well, and I guess we're going to get some repeat episodes,
Yeah.
right, Mark? High five.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
You're short.
Okay, why don't you insult Wade too? Why has it just gotta be me, man?
You only have one college degree, Wade.
That's accurate. Oh, God, that
I
hurts.
still feel insulted by proxy from that one.
No, that's targeted at Wade. That's directed specifically at Wade.
I don't know. Somehow it hit me too. I got splash damage from that one. Anyway, are you ready for the news?
Yeah, news. It's time for the segment we always do.
In a world full of darkness and cynicism, all 37 puppies were found alive. Sometimes a shining beacon of light can shine through. The Olympic gold medalist sold his medal to buy food for the hungry, which was him. Better than okay. This is the greatest good.
Turned around.
All right, I should have done a scarier one because this news article that I've got in front of me is actually very, very frightening.
Play another sound effect. Play another one. Play a scary
What
one.
do I got here?
I went searching for the
Here we
truth.
go.
Yes.
And like a fool, I found it. But some truths are best left undiscovered. Well, I turned around and there it was. It's bigger than I could have imagined. The hikers claim that when they turned around, it seemed as though their friend had simply vanished. When I turned around, my whole farm was gone. I don't believe in ghosts. But when I turned around, I couldn't explain what I was seeing. This is Morbid Mysteries of the Missing Millennium.
If you never turn around, you'll never find it.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I don't know why. I gotta change the name of that one to just like this is Don't Turn Around. Like that's just gotta be what the name of that.
Yeah, if there's anything we've learned, it's that you should absolutely never turn around and look at what's behind you.
Someone taps you on the shoulder, you move forward.
God, I made those like 3/4 of a year ago, which is a weird way to measure a year. I've never done that before.
Like 0.75 of one whole year ago.
Yeah, weird. And I don't think I have the original project file, so I have to make more. I've been wanting to make more of those for so long. Anyway, this story. Arrested Arizona, quote, penis man, unquote, claims there are more penis men like him.
Okay.
In what way is he a penis man? I need to
I'm
know.
just imagining a dick with arms and legs walking around, like maybe with a mustache on like part of the tip.
It is both a much less frightening and then, as you read it, much more frightening story than you could possibly imagine. Okay, so many believe that the infamous Penis Man graffiti artist who tagged dozens of spots in Arizona was brought to heavy-handed justice by Tempe police on Thursday, but containing the spirit of Penis Man will be much harder than anyone would have expected.
Oh no!
Of course.
So they basically this guy said, Dustin Schumer posted on Facebook, said he was arrested in his Phoenix condo by a SWAT team. A SWAT team broke down his door. Quote, they raided my condo and vehicle and swarmed my entire complex in West Phoenix with 25 heavily armed SWAT officers. 25. And pointed a silenced assault rifle in my face, end quote. He was booked on 16 counts of aggravated criminal damage, 8 counts of criminal damage, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, all related to incidents where he spray painted Penis Man on various buildings and objects. That is
this a word or an image of Penis Man?
just the word. I'm gonna
What is the message?
I'm gonna put a picture in this. This is what got a 25-man SWAT team to bust down this guy's door. That's what he did.
Dude, the artistry is unbelievable.
He literally
It doesn't at all look like he did that as he was walking past that wall and didn't stop to focus on what he was doing for even a moment.
But why? What is the meaning behind Penis Man?
It's just probably just a guy who wrote Penis Man on this.
There can only be one explanation.
But, however, the article asks the important question, is Schumer the Penis Man? The one that's been tagging spots across the state for 2 months and captured nationwide attention? Schumer says no. He's just a follower who did a few of the taggings. Quote, I am not the original. There are hundreds of copycats with very distinctively different handwriting. Schumer said that he heard some people in a Tempe bar talking about the real, seemingly phantom-like Penis Man and got inspired to do some of his own. Quote, I thought it was a good message, but he doesn't seem to be the only penis disciple. As documented by the Twitter account Penis Man Fans, at least one new tag has been spotted since Schumer's arrest.
I just imagine someone walking up to tag a wall and like there's another person already there tagging it and they're like, this town ain't big enough for the both of us, and they just holster out their penis pens that they're ready to graffiti on their penis wall. And it's like, oh wait, you're a fellow penis man.
Exactly.
Are you a follower of the penis? Of course I am. And then they just embrace. What is this? Why is there a cult about just the words penis man?
But look, the mystery goes deeper than this article explains, but there's one final quote that he leaves us with, which is, quote, Penis Man is neither man nor woman, you nor me. We are all Penis Man, end quote.
What? I have thought that so many times before.
Yep, I know. Me too.
You ever just been sitting, just sitting in your backyard, looking up at the cosmos, taking in all of the beautiful satellites and light pollution from the city around you, and you just have that moment where you're like, it's not me or anyone. It's all of us. We're all Penis Man. I get it now.
We are all dickheads. I get it too.
Yes, exactly. And that is the story of the Penis Man. May his unjust 25 SWAT 25 heavily armed SWAT officer arrest to be overturned and all of his counts of aggravated criminal damage be expunged.
So there's literally nothing else that he didn't also like commit murder or something?
Not that I see. I would have to look up like the court cases or like look up some documents of some kind.
I'm all for, I guess, I'm not against in any meaningful way apprehending people who are like vandalizing stuff. It's annoying. As a business owner, if someone wrote Penis Man on my building, I would look and be like, shit, now I gotta clean that off. Yeah.
There has to be something they're not sharing. He tagged like a witness protection safe house or something. Like he did something somewhere that was like,
That's such an unbelievably incorrect response to a guy. Some officer comes running in like, "Sir, we found the location of the Penis Man graffiti guy.
Maniac.
Spray paint man. We found him." And the guy, the captain of the whatever, is just like, "All right, fucking mount up. Everybody grab your rifles and put your silencers on so he won't see us coming." What is happening?
We got a drone strike coming in, sir. Tanks are on the way.
Yeah, like what are these guys bored? Is this what happens when the police department has no real crimes? Like, geez.
Get the National Guard.
Look, man, I don't know, but apparently it struck someone the wrong way on the wrong day. But all I know is that we, by talking about it, will spread the news of the Penis Man and people listening. As the original founding members of the Boner Cast, I think it's our duty as Bonarians to really see that this message carries on.
Yeah, we're kindred, we're maybe not members of this specific group or follow this specific tenets, but we're clearly kindred souls.
Exactly.
Clearly related.
Yeah. What if we find out we were the inspiration for something like this?
Yes, we came up.
What if we are the Penis Man and we didn't even know it?
Somehow we did all of this.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
One of these Penis Man messages is just going to have "bring back the Boner Cast" underneath, and then we're all going to be brought in for questioning, and we're going to have no idea why.
Look, I don't want to point fingers, Wade, but you are the one that kicked off with a euphemism for Boston cream pies that had to do with penis. You said penis first on this episode.
That's you did it.
I went to the dick first. You're right.
You broke the seal, or some reference to penises.
Yeah. I think penises have a hymen of sorts.
Look, we all know, I don't think we need to explain or discuss the message of this. I think the message is clear. We all understand it. We're all, enlightened people here.
Yeah.
But I think there's a second, more overt message that maybe we're not in on. Overt to someone else, not to us.
Of course.
This is clearly targeting like the chief of police. He did something. Or, someone high up, someone in that police department high enough that they could have, called in the SWAT and had that many officers out there to apprehend this dude. Someone knows what they did, and Penis Man serves as a stark reminder of the, I'm assuming, horrific acts they perpetrated.
What we got to do is we got to go into the archives, look up old newspapers of the Penis Man, the phallic man of like the 1600s who terrorized the streets of London way back in the day. That's what we got to find.
What if it's like a weird, like Da Vinci Code standoff of like centuries old, Knights of the whatever, and it's this guy's running around spray painting Penis Man, and that all the heads of the police are vaginis, and they're like, no.
What we got to do is we got to go to the original.
The Penis Man is spreading.
We got to go to the Declaration of Independence, and we got to really look at those signatures, because I'm willing to bet if we look close, upside down, like flip it backwards, Penis Man was there.
John Hancock. Please.
I'll bet you the letters PENISMAN appear somewhere in the Declaration of Independence. Independence. There's already the P and the E and the N and the I.
And if you put lemon juice on those letters and then cut them out with an X-Acto knife and glue them onto a sheet of construction paper, they spell penis.
Yeah, actually, I'm not going to look this up or confirm it or think about it any further, but I'm willing to bet if you rearrange independence, you get penis.
100%.
100%. I'm confident about that.
No question in my mind. You are right.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
This is some kind of like Assassin's Creed, Assassins versus the Templars, Penis Man versus the whatever the antithesis.
They're called vaginis. The nemesis of the Penis Man is the vaginis.
I don't think so. I feel like peni and vagini get along real nice. I don't think that they're nemesi.
They do seem to fit together really well.
Nemesi?
That is the plural. I'm not looking it up, but I'm confidently saying that's true.
I'll give you that one, I guess. I'm gonna choose my battles here.
I turn around, and the penis man and the vegan eye are getting along.
All of my nemesis had gathered directly behind me.
I knew they were there, but when I turned around, they vanished.
Well, good news story, Mark.
Thanks.
I feel like I learned something.
I have more.
Oh God.
That's not right. Hold on. Oh God, is that one again? No, God. Hold on. Why is that still like that? No.
The market
Oh, fuck. There we go. God. What did I have? I had another. Oh, it's loaded up my old sound bank. God damn it.
How's the market?
I had. Oh, never mind. It's fine.
Oh, what's your news, man?
Oh, this was it. Hang on. I got it. Hold on. This might be extremely loud. Hold on. Oh my God. Please tell me. JD Vance, porn hunter, is coming for your porn.
What?
That's it.
How? I guess is the part of the question.
It's just a guy that wants to ban porn. I don't really have anything further.
Oh, so he's not like trying to come and take away the porn he thinks I have. He's just trying.
Oh yeah, I thought he wanted it all for himself.
Millions of tons of a strange new chemical were discovered in Earth's atmosphere.
Uh-oh.
KFC Australia forced to swap lettuce for cabbage.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Sir faps a lot. Does indeed fap a lot.
Who is Sir? I'm gonna Google Sir Faps a lot.
Is that news?
I don't know. I just wanted to say something.
There's a YouTube channel with 1.47 million subscribers that's called Sir Faps a lot.
Oh well, you're welcome for the shout out.
Sir Faps a lot on Urban Dictionary is defined as that guy you know who's open about fapping, tells you when and how and what he faps to, and can be really chill, but when he gets home, he's got to fap first.
Now, right hand, food. There you go. You're welcome, everybody.
Was food the what to or the how did?
Yeah, wait, what? What?
I gotta leave some things up to your imagination.
No, well, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, thank you.
Sir
Wade.
Faps a lot can't reveal all of his secrets.
Are you Sir Faps a lot?
I'll never tell.
This concludes our news broadcast. I don't have an outro.
You're definitely my Sir Faps a lot. I'll leave it at that.
I turned back around, and the turnarounding was done.
Thanks. I'll record that for next time.
Perfect. Anyway, that segment that we always do in every episode is concluded now.
Thank you.
And we can move on to the topic that I had prepared, which is I'm gonna say it's a throwback, but not in the way that you might expect from me as the host. I don't think we've talked about this before, but it is just kind of a general discussion topic, and I will be awarding points in my traditional manner of willy-nilly.
As we are getting older. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting older. By that I mean I'm less young.
I didn't say the topic.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, the topic is summer vacations because it's summer now, and maybe it's summer jobs. I don't know, summer stuff.
Summer stuff.
What do people do? I did stuff in the summer. What did you do?
You want us to answer, or do you want us to answer in the form of a story?
Well, I actually did. I have a story. I almost died once in the summer.
Oh God.
I mean, it sounds serious, and I guess it kind of was, but also it's kind of ridiculous. But I was I was a musician in a past life. When I was a kid, I was a musician. I was in a lot of groups. I was in band, and I was in brass bands, and I was in jazz band at school, and I was in the Columbus Youth Jazz Orchestra, which is a audition thing. And I honestly feel like I barely belong there. There were a bunch of really talented musicians, and also me in that group. But one summer, the summer between my junior and senior year of high school, I don't know if we got a grant or what exactly happened, but we went on a tour. We went on a tour in Italy. Literally a bunch of high schoolers, basically a bunch of like juniors and seniors and maybe a couple sophomores, flew to Italy and rode around in a bus playing jazz at cool places. And one of the places we played was a monastery. And it was pretty. It was very cool. It was in the rolling hills somewhere in the north of Italy. And we like set up and played the gig, and it was super nice. We played in the middle courtyard. It was sort of like a courtyard in the center of this big monastery building. And we were packing up, and the courtyard had this stupid wall around it, right? And we had to like carry everything by hand down to the buses, and it took a long time. And the wall only had one cutout. So like there were people who had watched us play who were milling around doing whatever. And we were just trying to get our crap onto the bus so we could head out and go get some dinner, whatever. And I was like carrying stuff, waiting for people. It took forever to go back and forth through this one little hole in the wall. And I had this idea. I was like, what if I just jump over the wall? I'm a young lad. It's maybe a knee-high wall. It's like a stone wall, super old. This monastery was centuries old. I don't know. I didn't know any details about it. It's just an old monastery that was now like a vineyard or something. And I was like, I can hop this. It's so low. And I couldn't, and it didn't go well. I'm just going to cut right to it. I tried to hop over while carrying my trombone, and I literally was like a couple inches short. I did that thing where I tried to like hop one leg up and over. My toe hit the front of the wall, and instead of just like falling down and like, oh, haha, you know, idiot, I fell shin first right onto the centuries old, very like eroded and jagged rock stone wall thing. And I fell literally onto the point of the pointiest little piece of shit on the wall, and it stabbed through my shin, through my pants, through my shin, all the way down to bone.
Oh,
Yuck.
There was a hole. It wasn't like a cut. There was a hole like someone had taken a little like sample coring thing where you core dirt out of the ground.
oh no, don't describe it like that.
Poured a hole out of my shin. You could see bone.
Oh.
And it was a solid half-inch around.
Oh, wow.
And so I had pants on. I had long pants on. So I didn't know this at first, but I did this. I tripped and fell on my leg and then kind of fell over, and everyone was like, ha ha. And I was like, God, fucking ow, shoot. And stood up, and I thought I was totally fine. And then I looked down, and my entire pant leg was just blood red, like immediately soaked with blood. Not like, oh no, I'm bleeding. Like I looked down and thought for a second and was like, ooh. And then felt immediately like, oh, lightheaded, like losing too much blood, gonna pass out.
Oh no.
I slumped down against the wall, and I'm just sort of like, hey, blood, guys, blood. Just a reminder of the setting. It's centuries old, a couple 100 years old monastery in the middle of the hills. We're not in a city. We're not near a hospital or anything. It's a bunch of high school kids and our band leader and his girlfriend at the time, who was like a nurse, I think. She did something medical. I don't remember what. She may have been like an x-ray tech or a nurse. I'm not 100% clear. Don't remember. She was kind of there as like our, medical person, but she didn't have stuff with her. Like she was just hanging out. But it's this place is a monastery. I keep saying it's a monastery. I don't know why they were there. There were some kind of nuns there. There were some kind of, I don't know if they were caretakers or what.
Medical nuns.
But like I'm on the ground and our nurse is kind of like, whoa. Shit.
Whoa.
Like, oh man, that's a big hole in your leg.
Look at that.
What are that?
Kind of. Like she didn't have any, she had like Band-Aids or something, and it was like, that's more than a Band-Aid probably. And she eventually, after a minute where I'm kind of woozy and I feel like I'm gonna pass out, she looks around and gets the attention of one of like the caretaker nun women who was there. And they speak mostly Italian, but she sort of got her and was like, look, blood. And the lady was like, oh, and all the nuns burst into a flurry of action. And it was like, nuns getting sheets, nuns getting clean towels, nuns getting buckets of water, and they all run around and come over. And
Please tell me they blew a whistle before this, like they all took one look at him.
They might as well have. The one that came over and looked at she kind of came over very calmly, and was like, what do you want? And then looked and saw my leg and was like, ha! And just gathered the forces. And at this point, I sincerely was very close to passing out. Like, it was a lot of blood. I left a big puddle on the ground where I sat.
Why don't you just walk it off?
I mean, that's essentially what I did. The nuns all gathered around, and they found a bucket of water and eventually they had like kind of tourniqueted it and bandaged it, and it was as good as it was gonna get. And everyone was like, well, let's get on the bus, I guess. I hope you stop bleeding. And I was the bus ride home is a blur of me sitting in a seat and then the nurse being like, hey, don't die. Wake up. Hey. And me being like, no, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I'm good. I'm good.
Did you die though?
I don't think I did.
Okay, that's good.
I don't remember for sure, but I don't think I did.
You don't think that all of this right now is a fever dream as you're slowly bleeding out in a monastery?
Dude, what if this is my test whether I get into the good place or the bad place right now?
You're going to the bad place if this is your test.
Oh no.
I just all the nuns when they saw you were just like, Jesus fucking Christ! Good fucking God! Holy shit!
Kinda.
You're saying, but in Italian, you know. It's all good.
If only Ethan was here.
Lay Jesus fucking Christ.
Lay Jesus.
Yeah, no. Lay Jesus.
I don't know Italian.
Yeah, that's clear. I don't know if you fooled someone out there, but I kind of got that.
I just want to put a disclaimer in case I did. That one person that believed that was Italian, it was not.
Super Mario, is that you?
It's Lemmy.
The government of Italy was about to call you up right now to hire you for something, but oh, good thing you said that.
Well, the government needs a translator, guys. I gotta go.
Your passport is about to arrive in the mail any minute now. I'm sure of it. You're just invited in.
I'm gonna be teaching Italian at the local school.
Anyway, I didn't die, but the treatment was essentially keep Band-Aids on it, and let's keep playing music and stuff.
I thought you were gonna say keep that shit inside your body. Blood's supposed to
Pretty
go
much.
in your body, moron. Come on, numbskull.
We took the bus back to the hotel, and like our nurse woman went down to the desk and was like, hey, do you have Band-Aids? El Band-Aidos, sir? Because she spoke a little bit of Italian.
Ah, my favorite Italian.
She got like some Band-Aids and was like, here's 5 Band-Aids. Use them sparingly. And I was fine, I guess. I drank some juice or whatever. And I survived my summer trip to Italy, where we were essentially a bunch of high schoolers wandering around Italy by ourselves.
Oh, that was nice.
On that trip, we didn't play a gig in Venice, but we had like a couple days off. And one of the days, all the high school kids were like, there's a train that goes from where we're staying straight to Venice. We should catch the train and spend the day in Venice. And we went and talked to the band leader, and he was like, I'm not fucking, get out of here. It's the day off. Leave me alone. He was actually pretty chill, but he was essentially like, do what you want, kids. Have fun. So a bunch of high schoolers took a train a couple hours to Venice and then wandered around the streets of it. It's a miracle I'm alive, basically.
Yeah. It seems like that would mostly end in death, especially the way you described a borehole into your leg.
Oh, it's fine. I still have a huge dent. The skin healed over, but none of that meaty stuff inside came back. So there's basically just a part of my shin that's skin over the bone, and that's it.
It's gross.
Yeah, no, it's not cool. It's not my favorite.
I had something kind of similar. Not the same exact situation, but
5 points for me. Sorry, continue.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know if this counts as summer vacation. I was over at my grandparents' house and it was summer, but I had a friend. I guess here's the map layout. Okay, my grandparents' house is like 3/4 of the way down this street. It's like a normal sized street, not particularly long or short, but whatever. And then I had a friend who lived in the same neighborhood, but they were like, let's see, 1, 2, and that kind of like curves around 3, like 4 or 5 streets away. Okay, I had to do it in my head. It was a bit of a hike.
Oh my
to get
god.
there, okay.
Your map descriptions are just perfection. I'm right there with you.
All right, you go down the street, you turn left,
Okay.
you go around a curve a bit, then you turn right, you go past 2 other streets, then you turn left down another street, and his house is on the left. All right, you got that?
All right, I'm with you. I'm at his house. What are we
All right,
doing?
great. Well, unfortunately, I never got there. So here's what happened. It was a particularly rainy summer's day, and this is back before we all had cell phones, like before it was normal for everyone to have a cell phone. So you either had to call them on the house phone, or it was like somewhat normal. You could just, if you wanted to go hang out with your friend, you went to their house and knocked on their door to see if they were home. That was relatively normal, which sounds really weird now, but that was the thing.
It was weird.
So I decided to do that. I was like, I'm sure he's probably home. I'm just going to hop on my bike, ride over to his house. If he's there, if he's not, whatever, I'll just ride back and I'll get a bike ride out of it. And on this rainy day, I get on this bike and I go down the street, make my first left, go this was a little bit of a longer road, go around the curve, get all the way to the next street. And as I'm getting ready to turn right onto that street, there's a car coming and it's kind of driving like, it looks like more in the middle of the road. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to stop and wait for them to turn, then I'll go. And I go to stop and my brakes don't work. The bike just does, the brakes on the bike do not work.
Oh.
Did it actually speed up on you?
No, it didn't speed up. It, well, maybe, for the sake of the story and whatever animation may come of this one day. Yes, it sped up.
Yeah, that's the stuff. It was down a really steep hill.
It was a flat road. If anything, I was going uphill. But yeah, the bike sped up instead. Someone had changed out the wiring.
His description of the neighborhood, just a lot of downhills everywhere you go.
Everything's a hill. It's all uphill.
I walked to school and it was downhill both ways. Super easy.
No, it's opposite. You go to my friend's house, it's uphill. You go back, it's uphill.
I just stood on my scooter and it just took me there. I didn't do anything.
I turned around. There was another hill.
You kids have it so hard. What? Sorry.
All right. So this car's coming, and I can't stop, and they don't realize that. So they get to the stop sign, they kind of blow through it a little bit, and they just turn. So now I'm either going to ride my bike into their car, or I have to turn at full speed. I try that. Full speed, I turn my wheel a lot sharper than I probably should. And on a bike, it's not a very good idea to turn your wheel very sharply whenever you're going full speed. Because what happens is all of a sudden your momentum is hitting the front wheel is just facing the wrong way. And the bike doesn't keep going and sliding on that wheel. The back wheel then lifts up and throws you off the front of the bike. I didn't have a helmet. I didn't have any kind of pads on. I was wearing a t-shirt and some shorts, and I very much regretted that because what happened was I got launched off the bike. It felt like I was in the air for a while. I mean, it was probably all really fast, but in that moment, it felt like I was in the air for a while, looking down at the pavement, trying to look up and see the car, panicking, putting my arms out, trying to stop myself. And I didn't succeed at any of those things because what hit first was my head, my face rather, and my left shoulder hit the pavement and then just bounced and skidded. The car didn't stop. They didn't even see if I was all right. They just kept going. They were like, oh, that guy's dead. We're out. We didn't do it. And I'm halfway between my grandparents' house and my friend's house. And I get up off the pavement because at first I don't feel anything, right? There's like that moment of shock where like you don't feel pain or anything. You're just like, oh my God, I'm alive. And I go to look at my bike and the seat has broken off of it for whatever happened to the bike after I got launched off. The seat is broken off.
Did you clench so hard you took it with you?
I guess it was wedged still between my cheeks. I couldn't find it. It was just launched into my butthole.
Is that why you had to get that surgery later in life?
I always wondered what a seatectomy was.
Yeah, 3 tailbone surgeries and a seatectomy following that accident.
Wow.
I went to pull out my cell phone, but this is before we had cell phones, so that thought never even crossed my mind. No walkie-talkie, no nothing. I'm just in between the two houses on a rainy day, probably about half a mile from either house, maybe a little bit less than that, but pretty close to half a mile or so.
Okay, 5-minute walk.
Yeah, well, I was a little bit beat up, and I thought I lost my left eye.
Oh, geez.
In that moment, I was bleeding so much from my left eyebrow that my eye, I could only see like red and like whatever haziness. And it didn't cross my mind that that was seeing something. I thought that I'd lost my left eye. And I looked down, and from what I could see out of my right eye on my left shoulder, my shirt had ripped open on my left shoulder. And I also had, I believe, some bone exposed on my left shoulder from where it scraped against the pavement so furiously because that's what hit the hardest and I dragged on the ground on. And the rest of me, my chest scraped. I'm bloody and torn up everywhere. And I look at the bike, no seat, and I know that I've got to either walk or ride somewhere because there's just nowhere, there's no help. I'm not gonna go knock on a stranger's door because that's just not something you do, apparently, even whenever you're dying.
You probably could have done that.
Yeah, you could have done that.
I probably could have, but that thought didn't cross my mind. I think I was around 12 years old at this time.
I don't know why, but my brain was like, you said it already, around halfway. Come on.
No, 12, I was about 12 years old. So the decision I made was I'm going to get on my bike. I don't know if my friend's home, but I know my grandparents are home, so I'm going to just ride back. So I get on the bike, holding the seat in one hand, standing because I can't sit, and I pedal back to the house, bleeding profusely in tons of pain, thinking I've lost an eye. My left arm is numb, and I get back to the house, and I'm just, all I can think about is my eye. And I get back to the house, and my grandma's like, "Oh, is that you?" And I don't answer. I just walk in, go up the stairs. They lived like a tri-level, so I went up like the stairs to the bathroom, and I turned on the light and looked in the mirror, and I just started crying. And my grandma came up and she's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And ultimately I had to give stitches in my my eyebrow. I did not in fact lose my eye, spoiler alert. And my shoulder, I don't remember what they ended up doing to my shoulder, but it healed up. I still have a spot on it where there's like no nerves or no feeling. Like I can just do whatever to this one point on my shoulder and I don't really feel anything. But yeah, helmet's smart. Walkie-talkie cell phone might save a life. Don't do that thing.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah, that sounds really painful. I hate asphalt grinding on human skin. That doesn't sound good.
Having to get on the bike and pedal home was such like a I have no choice, I have to do this moment. I don't know if this qualifies as summer vacation, but I don't know. Your story made me think of that.
Sorry.
Bless you, sir.
Bless you.
There you go.
I feel like a lot of kids have that. I don't know anymore, but I definitely have stories in that same, not quite as crazy with the flipping and stuff, but I have one where I went over my handlebars and banged up one of my shoulders pretty good, and things where I like laid my bike down because it was wet or I was doing something stupid, and you're like far from home and you stand up and you're like, oh no, I guess I gotta walk home. And you have that like long walk where you know people are looking and they're like, ooh, his knee's all bloody, what happened?
Yeah.
I definitely have some. I have one of those as an adult. Do you guys remember the last PopCon we went to in Indianapolis? I don't even know if you guys were there. I think you might have been there, Wade.
We all went to one in like 2015, then you and I went to one in 2016.
I think it was the one that it was just you and me and a bunch of other people, but Mark didn't make it.
Yeah, I hard bailed on going to that.
The day I got to Indianapolis for that, I like checked into my hotel and I was like, I'm gonna want like some drinks in my room, right? I'm gonna want, I don't know, some water or something to stick in the mini fridge. And I was like, I got time. There's nothing going on today. It's like, you know, travel day. I'm gonna walk down to CVS or something and buy some snacks and some drinks and just walk back real quick. And I don't know why, but I was walking back with a bag full of food and cans of drinks, and I just, at the exact wrong moment, some guy was like, hey, do you have the time? Which, it's, check your phone. Like, it's 20, you know, it was like 2016 at the time. It wasn't like we all had pocket watches and his had run out of wine.
Don't you have cell phones?
Yeah, don't you guys have phones? But right at the wrong moment, he was like, do you have the time? And I looked at my watch and there was like a cutout for a driveway, and I stepped down off of that, and I ate shit into the street. I didn't fall like on the sidewalk. I fell sideways out into traffic, and my bag of goods, of cans of things, exploded across the road. And like, you know how cans, when they hit the ground, they're kind of all
pretty good.
Like I was this idiot where a dozen people were like, oh, are you okay, clumsy guy? And I had to be like, yeah, I'm fine. But I fucked up my whole arm. I spent this whole weekend, like, you know, doing meetups and things that you do at conventions with like huge bandages all up my arm and being super sore. And it was awesome. Then I had to pick my trash up out of the street, walk back to my hotel in sadness. I didn't even have any drinks because they all exploded.
I just didn't know that this was the horrifying injury episode where we talk about all the terrible things that have happened to us.
It's a summer vacation, Mark.
Hey, summer vacation's when you get hurt, man. It's when stuff happens.
Dude, what happened to you guys at summer? I didn't even like have that many extravagant summer vacations, but I feel like mine was normal.
I just want to update everyone after Mark's new segment and Wade's story. Wade's sitting at a +2 differential
cool.
on the scorecard.
Good.
As we traditionally keep it. But yeah, no, Mark, you've never hurt yourself on summer
I
vacation?
probably have been hurt.
You know, biking or fell out of a tree or something?
No, honestly, none of that. I can't remember ever falling out of a tree and significantly hurting myself. I mean, I've fallen out of a tree, sure. But I don't remember like biking and hurting myself. No, I kind of stayed on my bike and stayed in the trees. But my one experience in summer that's like a typical summer thing is I went to summer band camp. And I know any time you say band camp, they think of that one movie. What was the movie?
American Pie?
Allison Hannigan in American Pie.
Yes, with the flute and the, what was it called, Wade? What was it?
A pie. It's in the title, Mark.
Yeah, wait, I'm not sure what you're getting at, Mark.
In some, no, you know what she said about in the band camp, the quote.
The movie?
The flute and the, you know, I'm snapping.
Wade?
The dick in the pie.
Wade, I'm snapping.
That one time at band camp.
That's the thing.
Is that what you were waiting for?
Oh, I thought you were looking for, I didn't know what you were looking for. I thought you were looking for an instrument.
That's what I was waiting for. He didn't actually say the thing, but he was mentioning early in the episode all these penises and vaginas. That was like his bit. I was trying to prompt him up for something.
Oh, I forgot that was this episode. We've been on injuries for so long. I forgot all about penis.
Yeah.
You can never forget about the penis.
Anyway, I think I've mentioned this band camp before with the date story. I don't know if that's ever actually been an episode, but I've talked about it. But I've never talked about the experience as a whole. I went to Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp. which is a camp up in Michigan. It is predominantly about band and like instruments. I played trumpet at the time. I want to make a disclaimer to any parent that is thinking of sending their kid to this camp. I remember exactly 0% of any of the music that occurred doing that. It was like the vast majority of my time at that camp was just the awkward, like you're in the midst of puberty, but no one knows what the fuck is going on. You're suddenly in a camp where you're away from your parents. I'm not saying it's rampaging like some kind of horrible sex thing. It's like just a bunch of hormonal, like basically kids that don't know what the fuck they're doing, but everyone is bragging about all the things that they have done. And imagine a bunch of kids who don't know what the fuck they're talking about trying to like brag about, oh yeah, no, I've had the sex. Oh yeah, no, my dick is huge. I remember this quote from this one guy in my cabin that he would not stop saying in this exact inflection. Yeah, my dick's 8 inches around. And it's just like, that was like the thing he said all the
fabled pancake dick.
Yeah, and it was just like, it's exactly that. The most obnoxious possible cesspool of nothingness, where also we played instruments sometime. There was nothing that occurred there that furthered my education in terms of being able to play trumpet more. All I got from there was lower and lower self-confidence about myself. Like steadily crushing my own thoughts of where I stood in the world and in life. And it culminates with that dance, quote unquote, that was organized for like towards the end of the camp, where the kids who were there, we were paired off into like dates where camp counselors would go around like, you and you and you and you, your dates, you're gonna be at the dance. And then nothing hurt more in my life at that moment, not even my parents' divorce hurt more, when the girl I was paired with came up to me afterward and said, with a friend, was like, oh, she doesn't want to go to the dance with you. And at no point did I even want to go to the dance in the first place. But now I was crushed more than I've ever been crushed emotionally in my life. I had never experienced such pain. That is what I took from Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp. I'm sure it's a fantastic institution, but I think the whole concept of just sending your kids off into the woods, which this was, just in the woods, go play your instruments among the trees. It's good for you. Go, go. I can honestly say, terrible experience. Terrible.
Isn't that kind of what camp is supposed to be for like high school kids though?
I wasn't in high school.
Terrible.
I was in junior high.
Oh, whatever.
I was in 7th
those
grade.
Distinctions are arbitrary and meaningless.
I was in 7th grade.
Adolescent.
Either way.
Oh, you were fully mentally developed and ready to handle trauma like that.
That's not trauma.
Rub some dirt on it, you'll be fine.
So, like, maybe this wasn't your experience at school, I guess, and it's longer and more tempered at school than it is over the summer. What you're describing sounds like normal middle school, high school experience to me, too. Like,
no, absolutely, it's normal, but
it's just concentrated at the sleepaway
That's
camp.
what I'm saying. But also, that was my first experience with that kind of thing. This was like, I think I was exactly like 12 or 13, maybe 12 at the time. So I was just like brick wall of puberty, and puberty just like fucking sucks across the board. And then suddenly I'm thrust into a camp with no one that I know, exactly 0 people that I know. Pimples are exploding out of my face. Like just hair is gushing nowhere because I'm not a very hairy man. But it's happening, and it's just
Hair could be anywhere.
be lurking
I turned
anywhere.
around, and it was right behind me.
Yeah, so it's like that was my first experience in terms of like these new social dynamics, other than just being kids playing in school or whatever. And it's just like all of a sudden you have to experience all this, and there's all these other kids that are bragging about how much of the sex they've done and yada yada, and it's all lies, but you don't know that at the time because you're just a kid and you're like, how far behind am I? And anyway, it's a nightmare. It was a nightmare. But anyway, good times. Good
I have
times.
fond memories of my summer camps, including band camp.
I don't.
You think Penis Man originated at a band camp?
I think maybe you're right.
Probably. So here, look, this is the kind of stories that I have from, then this was high school band camp, I will say, but it's really stupid now. And I'm a little afraid I damaged some nerves in my sinuses or possibly gave myself brain damage.
How many nerves did you guys I thought I was the injury-based one.
So we used to, in band camp for my high school marching band was like away. We used to go to a camp in southern Ohio. It was like in the woods. I forget where exactly. It was somewhere south in Ohio. It was like a couple hours away from where we were in Columbus. And every morning you wake up, you go to the like cafeteria area, and they would serve breakfast pretty early. You get going, I don't know, 7 or 7:30 or something, pretty early. And they would, before breakfast, one of the parents, because parents would volunteer to help out, would go around with like a big jug, like ye old jug of hand sanitizer, right? One of those like industrial sized ones where you squirt it out and it's like 5 days worth of hand sanitizer squirts at once. We used to get there in the morning and everyone would be half asleep because we were high school boys, and we would all my buddies, we all sit around the same table. The parent would come with that. We'd all hold it in the palm of our hand until all of us had the alcohol. Then we would all like make eye contact and do like a ready, like silently just be like, okay. And then quickly you rub it between your hands, and then you hold your hands over your nose and mouth and breathe in deeply. And we called that band camp coffee. That's the kind of shit that we did at summer camp. So it's a bunch of boys just being like, okay. Yeah, breathing in alcohol fumes. All right, that's the kind of dumb shit that we did. Those are the memories I have from summer camp. What?
No,
why didn't you have? You gotta get buddies.
No,
not friends. Not friends.
God.
Okay, not friends.
No,
buddies.
I got in my first fight
at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp. You got your first fight
trying to defend Mario, who was in my cabin, from these other kids who for some reason really wanted to beat him up. So I had to hold the door closed so they couldn't get into my cabin. And I'm very proud because, like I said, puberty hits like a truck. I happened to get my muscles at this time. So I was like, I can hold this door because these two kids, I'm so strong. But also
your penis is 8 inches around right now.
It's so around 8 times.
You turned around
8 times. But it was just like, man, yeah, it wasn't really a fight. It was more of like shoving, and then Mario ran in the cabin and I went in after him and I held the door closed, and Mario was like hiding and not helping me. So it's like,
wow. And
then I was friends with Mario, and then Mario was a nerd. No one liked Mario, and then I was the nerd.
I thought you were gonna say that you beat him up for not helping you.
Sounds like fun.
It was not. That's what. Did you not listen to my story?
I'm glad you had a good time at summer camp.
Oh man, I wish I'd got to go to band camp after listening to that story.
Don't worry, son. We'll send you back next year.
It was also a thing where I flubbed my audition to get placed in the orchestra for, or not orchestra, whatever, the band for that camp, and so I was second chair, but I flubbed it really bad, and it was super embarrassing because it's an audition, not in a closed room. You're out in the woods, everyone can hear you fuck up. So I fucked up really loud with a trumpet, and it was super embarrassing because I couldn't hit high C, and I was just like, I can do it, I can, I've done it a million times. For some reason I was super nervous, and then that like set the tone for my entire time there, because I started off with this embarrassment of like, oh god, I'm not that good, and then the band teacher leader, what do you call him? Not composer.
The band director?
Band director, that's it. Really hated me because for some reason the person who was first chair said that I was better than them. I don't know if that was true or not, but they know I flubbed my audition. So they let me do all the solos. And so every time I would do the solo, the band director would like look over because they would mess it up a lot, the person who was first chair. So they let me do it. And then whenever I would do it and I would do it well, the band director would like be, conducting over on the right side and I'm over on the left, and would turn over and be like, oh, good. And then see that I was playing, and then all of a sudden the smile on her face would go frown, and then oh, it's you, and then turn away, and then I'd be like, oh man, no, come on.
Before you said her, I was imagining like the band director as like a council of Ricks, and you were like a Mark Morty trying to play trumpet. I don't know why that was the imagery I had, but I thought I would share that with you.
I don't watch Adventure Time. I don't like it.
That's fair.
Got him. I just imagine that you were at your audition, you ate shit and messed it up, and the band director is just like, there's a couple of them sitting there, and one of them to the other is like, but his penis is barely 2 inches around. About 1.5 inches, probably. Did you hear that? Yeah, well, I see. I like to imagine that the currency of that camp is dick size for the men. I don't know what it is for the ladies, but probably not dick size.
Absolutely. 100. No, same thing.
I don't like that. That's a bad image.
Yep.
What have you done, Mark?
That was Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp.
Well, did you have any summers that you liked? Because you're still sitting at a -1 after the points for that story, Mark.
Not really. There was this summer where my dad.
No summer was good for you.
I mean, I don't really do anything. You guys had horrible injuries. You're telling me that your summers were good?
Yeah, it was the best summers of my
Those were
life.
the best of times.
You're out there, you're goofing around with your friends, you're snorting alcohol fumes from hand sanitizer. It's great.
The best of times.
I remember going on like this long ass car drive with my dad to go see this person that he was
Okay.
dating. He was dating. She's a bitch. I don't care. I think she might be dead, and that's probably good. So like this.
10 points.
It's okay, Mark.
Honestly,
It's okay.
I couldn't give two shits about this human, and you'll find out why partially in this story. And it's just we went down long history because they lived in Arizona, and so that was a fucking drive from Ohio to Arizona.
Oh, you drove to Arizona from Ohio?
Absolutely. And
Oh,
then we went
man.
there to visit this person, and then we go back, and for some reason, I don't know, they hit it off, which is fine. I'm a kid, parents divorced, my dad's dating again. It's like whatever. It doesn't mean anything to me because I don't even know what it means. But they're terrible. This is the person that I shot in the face with the little suction cup
yeah.
plunger thing because I hated them. And what happened was they broke up eventually because she was awful. And after the breakup, at some point, this is the only thing I remember about this being, we drove down for Arizona. This is the first time we introduced to this person. And then after they broke up, let's say it's the end of summer. I don't know. To keep it summer topical.
Sure.
She apparently drove up with her son and stole my dad's car and drove it back to Arizona.
That's not a good thing to do.
Nope. Yeah. And it was just one of those things where I think my dad, obviously called police, reported it, and they were just like, well, we're not going to do anything.
Well, they're standing in the driveway, and the cop's like, and you said it was a red? You're like, yeah, it's a red, red Pontiac. And the cop's like, all right. Well, she's gone. Have a good one.
Looks like she got away with it.
Thanks for your investigative work.
Sir, normally we'd help you, but Arizona's kind of hot.
Arizona's kind of.
It's the end of summer, sir. And you think we're gonna go traipsing around out in the heat just because you don't have a car anymore? Jeez, this guy.
Maybe you should go drive down there.
Maybe you should take a bus, you hippie. Doesn't even have a car.
You said this happened earlier today, not right now, right? Yeah, it happened earlier today. Statute of limitations and all, nothing we can do. Perfect crime.
I don't even think she's made it back to Arizona. Well, too fast for us to catch up to.
She's right there at the McDonald's down the street. I could see her from here. Like, sounds like it was a morning crime. I'm kind of an afternoon shift guy. Well, this is just my work, I don't work. I don't live to work. I work to live. You know what I mean? So I'll just write this up for you, and then I'll never hear about this again. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that is the other summer story I got, and those are all the 2 summer stories I
That's the only things that have ever happened in summer.
Yep, you got it, man.
Is anything good, even small? Did you ever get an extra nugget in your order or something? Or I don't know.
Nope.
Did you ever find a nickel on the sidewalk?
Never.
Has anything good ever happened to you any time of any year?
Ever?
Never.
All right.
Wow.
Not in the summer, anyway. Not in the summer. And today's a summer topical thing, so I can't.
So if I have to visualize your summers, it's the Council of Ricks and you as a Morty trying to play trumpet. It's you with really beefy arms, but like tiny, like child body trying to hold this door back as ravenous rabid band bullies are trying to get in to get after Mario.
Huge dicked bullies are trying to beat down the cabin door.
The circumference, unreal. You wouldn't even believe.
And then it's like stickman police with like blank expressions on their face, writing on their papers as like your stepmom's driving away in your dad's car, and he's like standing there with a mustache just crying.
Not
and they're
my
like,
stepmom. Do not.
Sorry,
Do
sorry.
not get D lumped in with this. D is a saint. This is not D.
okay, could have been stepmom, was once
Dad's girlfriend.
previous.
Calm down.
Help me, step girlfriend, I'm stuck.
You okay, man?
Really want a Boston cream right now.
All right.
They just stay there writing on their tablets while she's driving off in the car, and they're, yep, nothing we can do. Sorry, sir. Get a new car, I guess.
They didn't have tablets at this time.
They get out their iPhone 13s and their iPad Pros, and they're taking notes.
The paper tablets. I don't know. What do you call paper pad? Paper pad. What do you call a paper stack with the little thing that holds the papers together? It's a
notepad?
Notepad? Are you talking about a notepad?
paper tablet.
One of them scribbly tablets.
Yeah, a tablet.
What you chisel into with the hammer.
Yeah, stone tablet.
Right, of course.
Good old summer.
And now you got the full picture. That is my summer.
Wade has some form of time amnesia, and he just randomly mixes together different eras of technology. He can't help it.
They're all the same. That's why I tried to call on my cell phone before I had one way back when. I knew one day I would have that time.
Yeah.
I feel that.
High school Wade stands up from falling off of his bike and is like, man, I miss going to have my iPhone. I wish I did it already. I don't know. Time travel's confusing.
I think some of my worst injuries happened in the summer, but I also have some of my best memories in summer. I guess we're kind of at the end here.
It's because the best shenanigans happen in summer.
My grandparents had a cabin down in Kentucky, and we would always spend like weeks or even months sometimes, like all summer, just down there. They had like a pontoon. We got in the lake. There was this like exercise we did in health class in 9th grade where our teacher had us like meditate for a moment and like think of a peaceful spot. And like, I don't know why, of all the things we did and have learned over the years, that's one of the things that have stuck with me. Is like sometimes when I'm stressed out, I will just like close my eyes, and the spot I imagine is laying on like the front seat of the pontoon with like hitting some light waves, have like the light water splashing up, and just, I don't know, that's my spot I go to in my mind. So whenever I think of summer, the first thing I always think of is riding on that pontoon with my grandparents.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
My family almost sunk a pontoon boat once.
We almost got sunk once. Tell me more.
That's interesting. No, we almost sunk our own boat. We had like a fully loaded. We were up in northern Michigan, and we had a fully loaded pontoon boat. And I don't know what happened, but a lot of people were sitting in the front. And the way pontoon boats work is it's basically floaties with a table on top. For anyone who doesn't know, so if you sit everyone on the one edge of it, that edge will get very close to the water. Well, like most of us were sitting in the front because there's big couches out in the sun in the front. And at some point we were just cruising around the lake, and I don't even know who it was. It might have been my grandfather or someone was like, I want to sit out in the sun because usually the front is sunny and the back is covered. And he tried to move up towards the front, and that caused, at full speed, which is not super fast, caused the edge of the boat to go under the water.
Awesome.
And it flipped. It was, I swear to God, we were vertical in the air for a second. And like, no one got flung off. My mom got cut a little bit. Everyone just kind of got tossed around like a human salad, and then the boat flopped back down onto its floaties. But everyone on the whole lake saw it. We were right in the middle, and everyone, all the boats, everyone like water skiing, whatever, everyone just frozen in place.
Wait, the guy had water skis and just stops.
Yeah, literally spray flying off his heels, frozen in the air. We splashed back down, and everyone's like, "Oh, are you alive? Are we okay?" Whoa. And the whole lake just starts like slowly coming over like, hey, you guys, hey, are you okay? You need it? You need it. And we had to endure the embarrassment of the whole lake just being like, look at these fucking idiots.
Rewinding a bit, your mom got cut a little. Was it by the boat, or was there like a fish with a switchblade that popped up? Just like,
I'm going to go with the switchblade fish.
It was actually a vagrant living on the underside of the boat. And when we flipped it up, his tent blew away in the breeze because he was living under the thing. Usually he was protected. He was real pissed that we ruined his little hideaway, so he had a little switchblade. And I hate this joke.
I like switchblade fish. I'm gonna keep that in my mind.
All right, it was an angry grouper. Or no, actually, there aren't groupers in that lake. It was an angry smallmouth bass. Yeah, there's some of them in there.
Yes, we got to be accurate to the lake.
that's true, because catfish have little pistols they carry. Catfish carry revolvers, so it had to have been.
Right.
You gotta watch out for those open carry catfish.
You know what I just realized? I told the like my story of the Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp. There is going to be someone named Mario and the other guy who was like, my dick is 8 inches around, that will suddenly connect the dots. And I'm hoping that they listen to this podcast or like are a fan of me and just like, that fucking nerd was this fucking nerd that I'm listening to right now. And I really hope cosmically like that happens, because I'm like, oh man, that would actually be kind of nice, you know, to know that their stories really lived on in my brain in the traumatic experiences that I had at Blue Lakes Fine Art Camp.
People from our school, people from our camps, if you're listening and you were the dick in school, we remember.
I'd love to imagine the bully kid is like in the car or something. He's in his Jeep with the roof down and the doors off, cruising around, and he's got this blasting. And right when you say it, he's like, yeah, well, one kid was like, yeah, my dick is 8 inches around. He's like, yeah, now everybody knows, 8 inches, baby. Just screaming at people on the street like, man, you really didn't grow up, did you? No, you're just Jeep guy.
I gotta visualize. I've never actually. What is 8 inches around?
What is the diameter of an 8-inch circumference circle?
Yeah.
Literally picture a pancake, and that's their dick.
Okay. Diameter of 8-inch circumference. No. The circumference is 8 inch. Okay, 8-inch circumference.
It's something over pi.
Oh my
times,
god. 8-inch circumference to diameter.
An 8-inch circumference is approximately 2.5 inches in diameter.
Okay, so that's not crazy.
I didn't a dick. That's a thick. Some people have hot dogs. That's a bratwurst.
How does that relate to like a monster can?
A monster can is like 3 inches in diameter, maybe?
Uh,
Am I thinking inches are bigger than they are?
This is interesting stuff to try to Google for.
Am I a small dick? I don't even know anymore.
What?
all right, this is we're all penis man. Don't worry about it.
A can of Monster is, wait, what is this?
Aluminum.
8.16 inches is a can of Monster's circumference.
8.16.
So this guy's claiming he's got a monster can going on down there.
He's packing a monster can down there.
Hey, baby, you want an energy drink?
He's cruising in his Jeep right now like, yes, they're expounding on it. Expound. There you go, buddy. I know you'd enjoy that.
You're welcome, pal. You're welcome.
Wait, what matters more? Is it length, circumference, or diameter?
It's the motion of the dick, my dude.
Oh, the motion.
Yeah, but in all honesty, it's the circumference.
What? What?
It's the circumference.
I don't know if that's true.
No, 100%.
So literally, if you had a 1/4 inch long dick that was 8 inches in diameter.
The cheese wheel. Yes.
Diameter. Whoa. We're switching around some of those parameters there, buddy.
No, I want to find the fabled pancake.
Yeah, you and every woman on the planet, listen. Well, not every woman, of course.
There's a pancake out there for all of us somewhere.
Oh, man, this podcast, we know what women like. That's for sure.
It's like a Dilophosaurus.
They love dinosaurs. We know women love dinosaurs. We can say that for certain.
I got a Dilo for you right here.
A Dilophosaurus. Is that the guy with the wingy things on his neck?
It's the thing that, like, in Jurassic Park, whenever Nedry, like, wrecks his car, Jeep, it comes out and, like, frills out his thing and spits at him.
He's got sails on his neck.
Yeah, the wingy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frilly spits? Sounds like penis man to me.
Yeah. Bob, can you wrap this up?
I'm enjoying where it's going. I don't really want it to end. I'm having a really good time. Now I'm looking into Dilophosauruses.
I love summer. This episode of Distractible is sponsored by Peloton. Oh man, getting back into the swing of working out has been nice, but woof, has it been tough.
You know what, guys? I hate to be this guy. I think I'm too sick.
I get that. Health feeling a little low, health feeling a little down. What you need is to get on your Peloton right now. Get a workout in. You can find an instructor at any time of day for a live class. You're going to kick any unhealthy feelings to the curb.
I was thinking like some soup or medicine.
I get it, Bobby. I was too sick to work out for a long time too, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I can do it from home now with the Peloton.
Yeah, we've all been there with the excuses piling up. These instructors are highly trained fitness pros who motivate you through every workout. Whether you're a regular at the gym or someone who's new or getting back into working out and trying to find excuses, Bob.
If I literally, I've been in bed for like 3 days. It's not getting better, guys.
Nothing's gonna get better until you decide to make a change in your life. Come on, they got thousands of live and on-demand classes. You can always keep it fresh.
I got you. You're worried you're not ready for a full workout. Well, you know what? You can do a 10-minute upper body stretch between calls. You can do a 40-minute run before bed. You can do it at your schedule for the length of time that you have available, Bob. You don't need to keep making excuses, buddy.
It's really not an excuse. I promise.
Right now is the perfect time to try it out, Bob. The Peloton Bike Plus is now $500 less. Its best price yet, including free delivery and setup. So you don't have to, I can't put it together, because they will do it for you. And there are more game-changing prices available on the original Peloton bike and Peloton tread. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by the new Sonos Ray. Do you like sound? You're listening to it right now.
I never realized how much sound mattered until you watch stuff with really bad sound, and then it's like,
Yeah.
it ruins the whole thing.
You ever had that moment where you turn on like your TV or whatever in the family room, and the sound bar like doesn't turn on, and it's just the TV speaker sound, and you're like, why is the sound coming from outside? What happened?
Exactly. The guy who mixed the sound for In Space with Mark Pod literally cried when I told him most people would listen to it through their phone.
You don't have to live with that anymore because the new Sonos Ray is here. It's here for your TV. It's here for your podcast listening. It's here for your music, your Sonos radio listening. It's here to give you the best sound, the thickest sound.
I can't stress this enough. It is super easy to set up.
Yeah.
It's like a wire to your TV. You plug it in, and then you can easily sync it up with the app to like your TV remote and everything. It is very smooth to set this up.
That should be our number one selling point. Wade set it up.
That's true.
That's how much important sound is. Even I go out of my way to use it.
So everyone listening to this who's listening on subpar systems, you can experience TV, music, podcasts, and games like never before with Sonos Ray. This new compact and easy-to-use soundbar puts you at the center of all your entertainment with clear, crisp dialogue and perfectly balanced bass. Just plug in the power cable, connect your TV, and get set up in the Sonos app within minutes. Before you know it, you have blockbuster sound and streamlined control of the content from all your favorite services. Visit Sonos.com to shop Ray now. That's SONOS.com for the RAY.
All right. That took a steep dive. I'm going to tabulate the points here to end this up.
It took an 8-inch circumference dive straight down.
That's good. It's a tight race. I think the final score is going to have Mark at plus 1/2 point. Which, to clarify, does mean that Mark wins. It's like sports rules, not golf rules. It's like, normal sports rules. Highest score wins.
It's a good thing that Wade and I agreed that we would abstain from this winner, so I abstain. Right, Wade?
All right, well, I guess then I win by default. Unless you choose not to abstain, Wade. Technically, you got second place, so if Mark withdraws, I guess that means you win, unless you don't want to.
Mark and I agreed to abstain. I think I got to hold true to that.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
If I'm one thing, it's words that I keep.
What do you think of that, Judge? What do you think of that? Huh?
What is a diameter without words?
Oh, I just remembered. I'm the judge, and Mark wins. Mark, give a victory speech.
What? I abstained.
There is no abstaining on my Distractible podcast. You either win or you die. So I guess you have a choice you could make.
All right, Mark, death.
Oh, God.
We agreed.
Can I ask how I would die? Is that possible?
Oh, it's my choice, really, and I'm not sure yet.
We are sentenced to 2 full years at Michigan Diamond Band Camp. Blue Tuna Band Camp. What was it called? Blue Tuna?
What? The Bluetooth?
No, don't tell him. He can get there. You can do this. I believe in you. What's it called, Wade?
Tuba Tune Blue Trumpet Camp in Michigan. Blue Falls, Blue Gravity Falls, Blue Balls Band Camp, Blue. True blue.
Oh my god.
What do they have a lot of in Michigan, especially northern Michigan?
They have a lot of blue balls.
Yep, actually.
I mean, probably, I guess, I suppose.
Get laid, Michigan. All right, Ben Camp. Woo.
I defer. I would like to take my winner speech and put whatever the hell Wade said in that spot.
Wade's speech is your winner speech. You co-opt it.
Yes.
I will allow
Yes,
this.
I'm co-opting
I
it.
thought we were taking the death penalty, but okay, I guess you win.
Oh.
No, Mark does not choose to abstain. As you agreed, Mark, you broke your agreement. Wade, you have
Hey.
been betrayed. Give your loser speech.
I choose death.
Well, it's not lose or die. You can just lose. That doesn't really violate any.
No, I abstained.
You abstained from winning, which you did not.
I choose to either win nor lose. I choose death to stay neutral.
I'm not gonna kill you. I would have killed Mark probably, but I'm not gonna kill you.
I called your butt or your buff bluff. It was a very strong bluff.
You called my butts. All right, this is a fucking train. This is over now. That's the end of this. It's over. Mark wins.
I abstained from the end.
That's not how this works.
Oh.
Thank you so much, listeners, for listening so gently and yet also so fiercely. We can tell how gently and how fiercely you listen, so you really got to pick up the slack. If I'm honest, you're doing kind of a bad job, but I believe in you. You can do better. I think you can do it. Make sure you follow us on our socials and on YouTube and places like that. Markiplier, Lord Minion 777 or Minion 777, and MySkerm. You'll never spell it. Good luck. That's gonna be the end of the podcast. We have merch. It's at a website. It's every Monday. I haven't done an outro. I haven't hosted in a long time.
Hope you bought your U2s while they were or are available.
If they were, buy a U2s, or you can't. Unclear. Sorry.
Should have while you could have. Can do did.
Will, edit that out if it's accurate or maybe don't. Just leave it in. That's the end. I don't know how to end these things, so I'll just end it by saying mine is 8 inches around as well. Podcast out.